Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Ādi-līlā, Volume 3. Chapter 13, The Advent of Lord Chaitanya. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Text 40. Day and night, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt separation from Krishna. Manifesting symptoms of this separation, he cried and talked very inconsistently, like a madman. As Srimati Radharani talked inconsistently when she met Uddhava, so also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relished both day and night such ecstatic talk in the mood of Srimati Radharani. The Lord used to read the books of Vidyapati, Jayadev and Chandidas, relishing their songs with his confidential associates like Sri Ramananda Roy and Swarup Damodar Goswami. In separation from Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relished all these ecstatic activities, and thus he fulfilled his own desires. The pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are unlimited. How much can a small living entity elaborate about those transcendental pastimes? Devotees like Sri Swarup Damodar and Murari Gupta have recorded all the principal pastimes of Lord Chaitanya in the form of notes after deliberate consideration. The notes kept by Sri Swarup Damodar and Murari Gupta are the basis of this book. Following those notes, I write of all the pastimes of the Lord. The notes have been described elaborately by Vrindavan Das Thakur. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, the authorized writer of the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is as good as Srila Vyasadeva. He has described the pastimes in such a way as to make them sweeter and sweeter. Being afraid of his book becoming too voluminous, he left some places without vivid description. I shall try to fill those places as far as possible. The transcendental pastimes of Lord Chaitanya have actually been relished by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. I am simply trying to chew the remnants of foodstuffs left by him. My dear devotees of Lord Chaitanya, let me now write the codes of the Ādi-līlā in brief, because it is not possible to describe these pastimes in full. To fulfill a particular desire within his mind, Lord Krishna, Brajendra Kumar, decided to descend on this planet after mature contemplation. Lord Krishna therefore first allowed his family of superiors to descend on the earth. I shall try to describe them in brief, because it is not possible to describe them fully. Lord Sri Krishna, before appearing as Lord Chaitanya, requested these devotees to precede him. Sri Sachi Devī, Jagannath Mishra, Madhavendra Puri, Keshava Bharati, Ishvara Puri, Advaita Acharya, Srivas Pandit, Acharya Ratna, Vidyanidhi, and Thakur Haridas. There was also Sri Upendra Mishra, a resident of the district of Srihata. He was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu, a learned scholar, a rich man, and a reservoir of all good qualities. Upendra Mishra had 7 sons, who were all saintly and most influential. 1. Kamsari, 2. Paramananda, 3. Padmanabha, 4. Sarveshvara, 5. Jagannath, 6 Janardhan, and 7 Trilokyanata. Jagannath Mishra, the 5th son, decided to reside on the bank of the Ganges at Nadia. Jagannath Mishra was designated as Purandara, exactly like Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva. He was an ocean of all good qualities. His wife, Srimati Sachi Devī, was a chaste woman, highly devoted to her husband. Sachi Devi's father's name was Nilambara, and his surname was Chakravarti. Yeah, Sachi Devi's father. In Radhadesh, the part of Bengal where the Ganges is not visible, Nityananda Prabhu, Gangadas Pandit, Murari Gupta, and Mukunda took birth. Lord Krishna, Brajendra Kumar, first caused countless devotees to appear, and at last he appeared himself. Before the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the devotees of Navadvip used to gather in the house of Advaita Acharya. In these meetings of the Vaishnavas, Advaita Acharya used to recite Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, decrying the path of philosophical speculation and fruitive activities and establishing the super excellence of devotional service. So we stop here for today. Jai Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta Ādi-līlā, chapter 13, The Advent of Lord Chaitanya Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Vishnupad Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swāmī Prabhupada Ki Jai. Then we read from In the Light of Loving Devotion by His Divine Grace Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Vakak Siddhadev Goswami Maharaj. This is the chapter Affectionate Connection, chapter 8. And the alinea is the wealth within. If we are too much busy with the external coverings of ourselves, the body, flesh and bone, that's what we read yesterday, no? Okay, we can read it again. We will be misguided, and in relation to the environment, if we concentrate only on the outside, on the external appearance of things, that is to ignore the truth, because within there is so much of value, there is immense wealth to be had. A man with a good body, but not a good mental system, what is his position? His body is good looking, but there is derangement of his mentality. No good judgment faculty, no magnanimity of heart. He is lacking in all such good qualities. That is a very deficient condition, because the wealth is within. Similarly, in our experience of the world, we are to know that the real wealth is within, and we must not allow ourselves to be charmed by the cover, by whatever appears to us on the outside. In this way, we are to move in our vision, in our understanding, from deep to deeper to deepest. And we must be benefited. I read that yesterday, but it's okay, it's very important. I mean, it's the most important things, right? The 5 dimensions of knowledge. In the scriptures, knowledge has been classified into 5 planes of stages. Pratyaksa, Paroksha, Aparoksha, Adokshaya, and Aprakrita. Pratyaksa means our sense experience, that which we gather from the direct experience of our senses. That is our own experience. Knowledge which is confined within the limits of our sense experience. But if we want to develop further, to grow in our knowledge, then we have to also accept the experience of others. This is called paroksha. the second plane of knowledge. For example, in medical science there is the discovery or invention of different medicines, and we may get the benefit of such developments. This is not the result of our direct experience, but is the experience of an expert, and we can have the utility and the benefit of that. Like a deep and peaceful sleep. The third type of knowledge, which is of still higher in plane, is called aparoksha. This may be conceived to be something like the experience of a sound sleep. When we are in deep, dreamless slumber, we can come in touch with a plane which is not within the experience either of myself or of others. When in deep sleep, we have no consciousness of that state. But when we come back, when we awaken from it, we sometimes assert, "Oh, I had a very good sleep, a very happy, peaceful sleep." There is some sort of inexplicable experience of happiness there. In that plane, some experience of peace is to be traced there. Though it is indistinct, it is hazy, still it is beyond the jurisdiction, both of my own direct sense experience and of the experience of others, be they so many experts of the world. So aparoksha is that kind of experience where the subject and material object come together, and the object appears to merge into, to vanish into the subject. It is the third plane of knowledge. Shankaracharya, the great proponent of impersonalism, explains the gradations of consciousness up to this point. The transcendental plane. Above this is Turiya, the fourth plane of knowledge, known as Adokshaya, the transcendental plane. It has been revealed through the great devotee scholar Sri Ramanuja Acharya, as well as other Vaishnava Acharyas. You know the word Adokshaya, right? Adokshaya, the transcendental plane, is good to remember. Adokshaya means beyond the senses. Main thing. It is adokshaya that is existing beyond the scope of the senses, whether gross or subtle. It is a plane that we can experience only when by its sweet will it comes down to our gross stage of understanding, and if it withdraws, we are helpless, we cannot find it. Sometimes when we have a good consciousness and we are very focused and in our service, we feel that devotees are always very careful to mention, "Oh, I feel that adokshaya plane." But some juice is then by the mercy coming to us, some taste, right? Even though it's very small. As the soul, we are thinking, the feeler, and as a subject we conceive of other things of the world, as objects of our knowledge. But there is a higher subject than us, and that super subject is the seer, the feeler, and the knower of myself. Super subject with capital. So that is Krishna. He is higher than everything what I can conceive of in that adokshaya plane. But I cannot know him because the plane of his existence is so fine. My knowing capacity cannot rise up and penetrate into it. My knowing principle is gross, and that plane is so subtle, so fine. It can come down to contact with us, but I cannot go up to contact with him. In this way, I may be handled by him, by that transcendental substance and existence, both with capital. Transcendental substance, capital, and existence, transcendental existence with capital. The super-subjective existence, the super-soul. When that plane comes down to contact me, I may have some experience of it. And when it is withdrawn, I can only carry the memory of that, nothing else. I cannot give any proof of its existence by any will or acumen of my own. I am helpless to that, because it has withdrawn. I cannot stand in the witness box and give evidence for it, to prove my case, because the fact that I am referring to it is no longer there, it has gone. But at the same time, we cannot deny its existence. There is such a possibility that we can experience that higher existence. And those of us who have such experience cannot deny it. And that existence is fully independent. When by its sweet will it withdraws, we cannot force it to remain under our command. Only we can pray for mercy, right? For mercy to come in our life by chanting, by our service life, in our consciousness, a constant prayer, whatever we do. When we're traveling to another country, when we, prepare there, always keep with everything what you do connected with Krishna, with Mahaprabhu, with the Guru who came as a representative of Mahaprabhu and Krishna. Okay? You want to comment something? Short but sweet. Jai.
Yeah.
In the light of loving devotion, ki jai. Srila Bhakti Rakak Śrīdhar Swāmī Maharaj ki jai. Jai Gurudev. Hari Yadaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hari Yaraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan.
Gopala Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan.
Giridhari Gopinath Namaha.
Giridhari Gopinath Namaha.
Sri Caitanya Nityananda Sri Affectionate.
Nityananda Nityananda Sri Affectionate.
Dada Dada Siva Sari Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Dada Shiva Sari Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhattara Guna.
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhattara Guna.
Sri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Dasara Guna.
Shiva Gopala Bhattara Guna.
Jai Kusai Kori Charana Bandhan.
Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan.
Yaoite Vignana Savishta Puran. Jai Kusai Jamurita Radha. Kansabara Pararenu Mura Panchagas. Tandira Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanevas. Janame Janame Moe Abhilas. Jai Kusai Jave Braja Kolava. Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakas. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Kora Haribo, 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 Nitai Kora Haribo, Nitai Kora Haribo, 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 Nitai Kora Haribo, Jaya Sabaikar Sisi Kuru Kuranga Sundar Radha Giridhar Ki Jai, Jai Om Vishnupad Sila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Om Vishnupad Sila Bhakti Rakak Sila Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Bhagavan Sila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai, Sri Rupa Nuka Kurvaka Ki Jai, Namacharya Sila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta Ki Jai, Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai, Jai Om Vishnupad Vishwa Verena Sila Esi Bhakti Vedanta Swāmī Prabhupada Ki Jai, Namacharya Sila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta Sri Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees Ki Jai. All glories to the world devotees Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Ki Jai.